Okay, so we're going to do a card with an explosive inner. So we're going to start off with a 6x6 card, and I've chosen these papers to go on. Now, I like using black because it makes the card pop off the page. So, getting glued up here. So I'm going to stick the background. Line it up. I've then die cut a picture to go on the front. I've deliberately kept it quite plain towards the top because I now have, I'll use this one, a black circle and a greeting on there that matches the poppies underneath. So take that. I'm going to slide that a bit further up towards the top and check that that is centered. And then my greeting goes on there. So that is a very quick front of the card finished. So we're going to have it opening tent-wise. It is flexible how you do that one. So I'm going to put that one to one side for the moment. Now we've got, this is an 8-inch square that's going to go inside a 6-inch card. So the first thing we're going to do is to go picture in and fold in half. Okay. Open it out, go picture in, and open it out, and then I'm going to go with the picture outside once diagonally. Right, now I'm going to take it and I'm going to pop my fingers in the centre, and it's going, if you press these diagonals, it's going to start folding itself into a diamond. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just burnish the edges, turn it over, burnish the edges. Now this is going to be part of the explosion that's in the middle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put double-sided tape on this piece here, and we're going to stick that in our card. Now when we stick it in the card, we need to make sure that it is level. So I'm putting that on there. That's going in there, but I'm pulling it back a fraction from that crease. Okay, now this looks rather blank. We're going to decorate obviously this bit, but this is still going to be visible. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of backing paper onto here and a piece of backing paper onto here. So I've chosen a very pale background. And I'm placing that one in there. Do make sure that you don't interfere with the crease. Okay. So then I'm going to put one onto here. Most of this will be covered over. So you just want a small pattern. Okay. Fold, make sure that it's not compromised there. And I'm going to take my ruler, and if I go along there it's 15, so I want to put a small mark at 7.5, small mark at 7.5 just there. Just going to give myself a little extra, and 7.5 there. I only need one bit because if those three are level, then they're going to be fine. Now, one of the ways that I always do my inserts and things in cards is to fold down the top flap, because I can then play around. All of this glue is exposed, but I can play around, and it's not until I am ready. So I'm going, let me move that one down a bit. You can rub these out later, and I know that if that one, and that one are all matching, I can fold this top half down, and when I open it, it's in exactly the right place. So I now do the opposite. Okay, and take my double-sided tape, and I can place my double-sided tape on here. There we go. Now the same way I fold this one over, and I know it's going to be exact when I open it. Okay, so there is the explosion inside the card. Now we're going to look at how we decorate. I'm going to pop that open for the moment. Okay, so I've cut myself some black squares which will fit tightly on there. Okay. I've cut myself some assorted squares here that will fit on top of that. So let's see what we've got here. This one is going to have another panel on it, so I'm going to keep this plain. So I'm going to take this one, and this one remain whole. So it's going on there, and this is going onto there. So I'm going to make sure I'm not compromising that fold, and that one is onto there, and I have black circle and sending you birthday wishes. So our card comes together very quickly, but it's the preparation that you've put into it. Yep. So there we have sending you birthday wishes, and in a minute that will go around there. you've got to remember that it's got to be level across the card. Now we're going to look at this one here. Now I'm going to do another whole piece on there. So I'm going to go plain. On there. And I'm going to turn it over just for ease. Make sure I don't compromise these folds, and then I can just pop that back out, and doing it flat it was a lot easier. So there is how my explosion is going to take place. And now we've got to look at these side pieces. So I've got 2 more squares that I've cut, and what I'm going to do is to place my ruler across, or you can use guillotine, paper trimmer, and there are 2 triangles. And there are 2 triangles. Okay. Now I've got some patterned ones, so I can put a patterned one on one half, a patterned one on the other half. I'm going to cut those in half. This is a good way to use up scraps. So just going to trim that through there, and the same way here. I want, if that was the way my pattern was going, then I want to go through the same way. Okay, so I've got 2 heavily patterned pieces and 2 lightly patterned pieces. Because I've got pattern here, I'm going to do the lighter panels down here. So I'm going to just feel which way up that goes. And place that onto there. Get lighter panels are going this end. The wet glue just gives you a few moments wiggle room. And on something like this, where it's got to be quite precise, that does help. There we go. So this lighter panel is up to there. All the time I'm watching for these creased panels. And I'm going to take my other 2 here. Okay. Placing that onto there. Had one of my clips, I would put that there just for the moment. Here's the next one. It went straight into place. So I'm now going to turn that, and that is going to there. Okay, so I can pop my fingers up through there, fold that down, and I'm going to just put a weight onto there for the moment. Yep, that's back into place. Right, I now want to put a little verse up there. May your birthday bring joy and contentment, and may the Lord's blessings surround you. Happy birthday. So I peel off, and this is going onto there. So make sure all these are down, and I've got two little bits of the acetate that are sticking over there, so I just take my knife and I trim those off because it just shows up as a little tiny grey area. There we go. So we pop those. There is our card down. The front of the card is beautiful, and when they open it, then they get the surprise inside. Okay, so it will stand up on there. Okay, so very simple but very attractive.